A young boy, dressed as a street performer, stood at the corner of a busy city park, juggling poorly and pretending to be in need. In front of him, a small box with a sign that read, "Help me eat today." People passed by. Some tossed in coins, touched by what they believed was a struggling kid. Others just stared, suspicious, spotting his clean sneakers and the shiny watch on his wrist. Then, suddenly, a stern-looking man in a suit stormed over. It was the boy's father. Furious, he shouted, "What on earth are you doing? Are you trying to embarrass this family?" The boy tried to speak. His lips trembled, but his father had already grabbed his arm, pulling him away. But then the boy broke free. He turned and ran, not to the crowd, not to the coins, but to a dark alley nearby. There, under a pile of blankets, lay a frail woman. The boy dropped to his knees, offering her the box filled with the money he'd gathered. Turns out he wasn't begging for himself. He had been performing to raise help for her, someone who truly needed it. But despite all his efforts, only 2 people had noticed what he was really trying to do.
In a busy office building every afternoon, a kid from another office would slam doors and run wild. But yesterday, a woman standing behind her office door, clearly annoyed, waiting for the right moment. Just as the kid slams it again, the woman yanks the door open. The kid looks shocked. "Stop opening and closing our door!" Then she stormed into the telemarketer's office, fury in her eyes. "Whose kid is this? Get him to stop messing with our door. Enough is enough." She even filed a formal complaint. The next day, she was the talk of the telemarketer's office. People are whispering and pointing. "That's her. That's the woman." But the woman didn't care. And the hallway is quiet no more. Door slamming. The woman sits at her desk, focusing on her work. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. She opens it to find the kid standing there, nervously holding a small, handmade card. "I'm sorry for bothering you. My mom told me I need to be more respectful." The woman pauses, surprised by the gesture. She softens, taking the card. Sometimes it's not just about the doors we slam shut. It's about the ones we leave open.
A man was walking home. He was tired and worried about paying his bills. Suddenly, he saw a wallet lying on the ground. It was full of money. There was also a picture of a little girl smiling. He thought, "I really need this money, but it's not mine." The man wanted to keep the wallet, but he couldn't stop thinking about the little girl in the photo. Maybe this money is very important to her family. Therefore, the man decided to find the wallet's owner. He walked to the address on the ID card inside the wallet. When he got there, he heard a little girl's voice. "Mom, will Dad's wallet help us pay for my medicine?" The man felt his heart sink. He knocked on the door. A tired-looking woman answered. When she saw the wallet, her eyes filled with tears. "Thank you. This money is for my daughter's hospital bills. You saved us." The man smiled and walked away, feeling proud of his choice. A week later, the woman sent him a thank you letter and told him about a job at her brother's company. The man got the job. Doing good always comes back to you in ways you never expect. A mother and son share one bowl of noodles. "More noodles!" she demands. "Free refills, right?" They've been there for hours. Other customers wait outside looking through the window. "Boss, when can we sit?" asks a tired worker. The mother orders her 4th refill. 2 people, 1 bowl, 0 shame. Her son whispers, "Mom, I'm full." "Shh, we paid for this. Eat everything free." The owner approaches politely. "Ma'am, perhaps you could move to make space for—" "How dare you? I'm a paying customer." She pulls out her phone. "I'll expose this ripoff online." Other customers recognize her child. "Isn't that the kid from school? His mom is like this?" The boy's face burns with shame. The owner quietly refunds their money. "Please leave." As they exit, the mother streams live. "Boycott this place." But viewers aren't supporting her. Comments flood in. "Teaching your child to scam? 1 bowl for 2 people? Poor kid. Your children are watching. What lesson are you teaching? If you'll think twice before acting selfishly, drop a heart and subscribe." A woman suddenly throws a bottle at the windshield of a car. The driver immediately stops the car and gets angry with her. But the woman stays calm and says there is a problem with the tires of his car. She asks him to check them. The driver gets out of the car and checks the tires, but he can't find anything wrong. He gets frustrated, thinking the woman is just causing trouble. Therefore, he gets back into his car to start it. But when he tries to turn on the car, he realizes the key is missing. He looks around and sees the woman walking away. The driver starts to follow her, thinking she might know something. But the woman stops and throws the key into the bushes. The driver runs to find it, and while he is distracted, the woman quickly opens the car, and inside there is a little girl looking scared. The driver had kidnapped her earlier, but the woman used clever tricks to save the little girl. She finally succeeds in rescuing her. Give a thumbs up if you think the woman is clever. A young boy found a wallet on the church steps. Inside was $200 and an ID card. His dad grabbed it quickly. Son, this is our lucky day. We need money for rent. No, Dad, we should return it. Don't be stupid. No one saw you find it. God will punish us if we steal. God, where is he when we can't pay bills? His dad shoved the money in his pocket. That night, the boy couldn't sleep. He snuck out and knocked on the address from the ID. An old lady opened the door. Ma'am, my dad took your wallet. I'm sorry. She smiled sadly. That was my medicine money, child. I have cancer. The boy's eyes filled with tears. Wait here. He ran home and took the money from his sleeping dad's jacket. The next morning, his dad woke up furious. Where's the money? I gave it back. His dad raised his hand to hit him. Just then, someone knocked. The old lady stood there with a man in a suit. This brave boy returned my wallet. The man stepped forward. I'm her son. I own the biggest company in town. Son, your integrity is remarkable. He handed the boy an envelope. This is for your education fund. Someone with your character will change the world. God works through pure hearts like yours. Comment yes if you think the boy did the right thing. A young man was sitting on a park bench, sketching in his notebook, when an elderly woman approached him, asking if he could spare any change. He checked his pockets but found nothing. Without a second thought, he offered her his sandwich instead. A couple walked by, noticing the exchange, but didn't stop to offer help. Moments later, a young girl approached, asking for some water. The man, now without any food or drink left, handed her his bottle of water with a smile. Feeling a bit discouraged, he sat back down, realizing he had nothing left to give. Just then, a businessman walked by, seeing the young man's situation. He walked up, handed him a generous tip, and said, "Keep up the good work." The man was overwhelmed with gratitude. The businessman's kindness was a reminder that a small act of generosity can make a big difference. Drop a heart if you love kind people. A man rushed home after hearing shocking news. Dad, Mom, you sold our house without telling me? It's our house. We're taking this $7 million to travel the world. We won't come back until it's all spent, her father declared coldly. But what about your retirement? Where will you live when you return? He pleaded desperately. We'll figure it out later. We're catching our flight now. 7 years passed. The man struggled with mortgage payments, working overtime daily while her parents posted vacation photos online. If only they could help us just once, he whispered, exhausted. Then came the knock. Sweetheart, we're back. Open the door. His heart sank, seeing them with just 2 worn suitcases. Where will you stay? You sold the house, remember? With you, of course. We can't fit everyone. Maybe buy a small place? His mother laughed bitterly. With what money? We spent everything. Every penny? $7 million? The man's voice cracked. You're our son. It's your duty to care for us now, his father stated matter-of-factly. The man looked at her parents, strangers who chose pleasure over planning. You taught me responsibility by showing me its absence. Find your own way. Comment yes if you agree. This pastor threw a homeless man out of his church. You smell terrible. Get out before you scare away my congregation. The dirty man begged, please, I just want to pray. But the pastor pushed him toward the door. Find somewhere else. This is God's house, not a shelter. Church members stared in shock. Pastor, that's not right. How can you be so cruel? I'm protecting our church. God helps those who help themselves. That Sunday, a well-dressed stranger visited. He sat in the front row, listening quietly. After service, he approached the pastor. I heard what happened to that homeless man. Sir, we have standards here. We can't let just anyone in. The stranger pulled out his phone. This is my church donation app. I was planning to give $50,000. The pastor's eyes widened with greed. But first, I want to test something. He stepped outside and returned 5 minutes later, wearing dirty clothes and smelling bad. Now will you let me pray? The pastor didn't recognize him. No, I told beggars to stay away. The stranger smiled sadly and walked toward the door. You just threw Jesus out twice. He left the pastor standing there, realizing what he'd done. That night, the pastor went searching for the homeless man to apologize. Drop a heart if you believe God tests our hearts. The head nurse burst into room 302 and saw the volunteer holding an old man's hand. Stop that praying! This is a hospital, not a church! Miss Linda was quietly praying with the sick patient. The nurse stormed over. You're banned from this floor! Sir, he asked me to pray with him. Keep your God talk out of here. Medicine and science only, the other nurses whispered. Mike's being too harsh. That night, the power suddenly went out. All the machines stopped working. Patients on life support started crashing. The backup generators won't start. What do we do? Miss Linda appeared in the dark hallway. Let me help. She moved from room to room, holding hands and praying softly with each patient. That won't save anyone, Mike shouted, but his hands were shaking. 20 minutes later, the power came back on. Every single patient was stable. The doctors were amazed. How did they all survive without the machines? The old man from room 302 smiled weakly. The nice lady prayed. I felt peaceful. My heart stayed calm. Mike stared at the monitors, showing perfect vital signs. His eyes filled with tears. Sometimes healing comes in ways medicine can't explain. Mike nodded, unable to speak. Comment yes if you believe God works through people. The little boy grabbed a pregnant woman's book and tossed it to the floor, but the child didn't stop there. He kept kicking the woman's chair. jolting it repeatedly. Meanwhile, his mother, seated right beside him, remained completely absorbed in watching YouTube shorts, oblivious to her son's behavior. The pregnant woman hesitated but eventually turned to the mother with a polite request. "Could you please ask him to stop?" Instead of acknowledging the issue, the mother scoffed. "If you have such a problem, why don't you just move?" she retorted dismissively. A hush fell over the surrounding passengers. Some exchanged uneasy glances, but no one intervened, except for one man seated directly behind them. Without hesitation, he leaned forward and shoved the rude woman's seat. Instantly, her drink splashed across her clothes, leaving her stunned. Shock and embarrassment flickered across her face as she noticed passengers staring, some with disapproving frowns, others barely hiding their amusement. Flustered and humiliated, she yanked her child's hand and stormed off without another word. The pregnant woman, now free from disturbance, exhaled in relief. Justice had been served. If you think the rude mom learned her lesson, like and subscribe.